Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. Look at that thing. Showtime Drag Strip, February 9th, 2022. It's a cold night out here. It's 59 degrees, and we've seen this Camaro out here before. I seem to recall it's a 5-second car. That much tire should have enough traction to beat the Tesla if it's got the power under the hood. Should be out of our league. But if it's the fastest car here, we're going to line up with it. If he's open to it, I'm hoping we get lined up. 69 Camaro. It's a naturally aspirated big block, and he's on big beadlock racing wheels, full slicks. No wheelie bar, no chute, but all-out race car. No actual glass on here. Looking good. We're going to try to line up with this Camaro. And we are 5 minutes from peak performance, so we're not anywhere close. We just showed up, we saw him, we figured what the hell. How you doing, Robert? You know, I'm gonna have to just punch it here. Out okay because he red lit. He didn't red light by much. But we had an 051 reaction, which is good. So tonight I'm going to be talking a little bit more about thermal effects, because it's clear from the comments that there's quite a number of viewers that don't really understand. So we pulled up to that line and it said 5 minutes to peak performance ready. When I came around the corner there, it said 7 minutes to peak performance ready. Now it's at 6. So how did it go from 5 minutes over there to at the end of the drag strip 7 minutes? And it's because all the cold air, 50 degrees out here, rushing under the car and around the battery and everything, brought the battery even colder than it was when we were up at the starting line. And colder is slower. So we also slipped the tires there, which didn't surprise me. Cold tires on a cold track. It's probably like a 620 something pass, I'm guessing.
621, 119. He red lighted.
He did.
Yeah, he ran a 616 the first pass.
It could be competitive if I warm up my battery and get a good launch. Yeah, I slipped a little.
He ran a 604.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right, cool. On that pass?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that'll be competitive. Nice. I'll try to get my car in.
Yeah. That
a top run.
I knew when that one pulled in, it was going to be a race for you.
Nice. I'll be ready next time I can come to the starting line.
Right.
So the Camaro ran a 604 at 112.4 miles an hour. We ran a 621 at 119.3 miles an hour. He just barely red lit with an 019 negative reaction, and I had an 057. Although the Camaro lost on the red light, certainly had a better ET. How's it
I
going,
seen your
Toby?
GoPros are on the wrong side. I grabbed that video.
Oh, nice. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, I had no choice. He got on the left, and there's nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
But I hope to race him again.
Yeah.
All right, Toby, I'll see you in a bit. There's a nice kid here at the drag strip, Toby, who records some footage from the grandstand and the trackside. And he'll send me the footage that I can include every once in a while. Good kid. So the Camaro had a 132 60 foot to my 154, and he was 386 to half track to my 414. So clearly that car is going to be ahead of me at half track every time we run, because I've never run below around a 398 at the half track, and he's running 386. So we'll make a faster run. We'll try to cut a good light like that one, and we know he'll cut a good light. If he's running 604, he's going to be tough to beat, but it's possible. It could come down to the light. We'll definitely want to get drag strip mode fully warmed up and launch control staged. Looks like there's yet another 69 Camaro out here, a silver one. And there's also a nitrous drag truck just showed up on a trailer. We've raced him before, had some good back-to-back passes. I think we beat him once, and then he beat us once. We know that truck runs 5s on nitrous. So, see what kind of race we can get. We got a 69 RSSS Camaro here, at least the fiberglass front end of a RSSS 69. And great big nitrous bottle. Big tire slicks on beadlock wheels, of course. Let's go, man. No wheelie bars, but it does have a chute. Chute's not loaded for the 8th mile here tonight. See the nitrous solenoids on this ginormous carburetor here. Fiberglass front end. Little fuel cell here in the front. That's a race car. Rumors this thing can run in the 4s, maybe? Is that possible? He's running no time tonight, so we're not going to see his time. But we'll get a sense for how fast it is. That's a very lightweight front end on that Camaro. Looks like it's going to be a good night of racing out here. A lot of cars that we haven't seen before, like this particular Camaro. This 69 Camaro is a no-time Pro Street car to be running. We're about halfway down the track. Seriously, he's almost to the half track marker. Not the pass he wanted. All right, after that first race, we got all the way up to drag strip mode ready, but the race didn't come together, and then the car cooled off for about 20 minutes. I just set it back into drag strip mode, and now it says 5 minutes remaining until peak performance ready. So why is it taking so long tonight when last week it never took more than 2 minutes to get into peak performance? Well, because it's in the 50s out here tonight. So it's all about temperature, thermals, understanding the way temperature affects this car, the batteries, the motors, is all about understanding what kind of a time it's going to cut. So it's going to be tough to get much better than a 610 tonight. And we did line up a rematch with that 69 Camaro, the black one with the red front end. Looks like he's about to get in the car, and I'm at 5 minutes remaining. So hopefully we'll get some traction this next pass, because that's going to be the most important thing. If we spin, there's no way we're going to beat that car, unless of course he red lights again. He has a strong preference to be in the left lane, so we've moved our cameras over to the left side to accommodate his request, and hopefully we'll be peak performance ready by the time he rolls up. 4 minutes remaining now. All right, we're at peak performance ready. We've actually been at peak performance ready for some time now. They had something happen in the left lane just a few minutes ago, and so the Camaro wasn't willing to go in the left lane anymore. So I moved the cameras back to the right side, and I'm hoping I can get good traction on this pass. They swept the track. They didn't give it a full prep, but they took the tractor down and swept it. And now the first car down after that was this pickup truck, and he's having a hard time getting to the end of the track. We hope to race that white nitrous pickup truck later tonight. Hopefully it didn't break anything. But first things first, the 69 Camaro. We need a good reaction time, and we need traction. We're at 90%, peak performance ready. Wrong with the pedals there. It just wouldn't let me get into launch control, as you could probably hear the beep beep beep. Kind of disappointing. I was hoping to get a good pass, maybe cut a 6.0, maybe
616, 118.
Well, a little better.
Yeah, he ran a 607 at 112.
Did he?
Yeah, well, he's got you at the
half track every time.
Yeah, to the half.
Yeah.
To the half track, he's got you, and then after that, you should be right.
I'm catching up. Yeah, I got to get a better pass. All right, I expected that to be a little better than the previous pass, and it was. We ran a 616 at 118.6 miles an hour. That was just dabbing the pedal. Got a decent reaction, 050. He was negative again, this time a 018 red light, and he ran a 607 at 112.5. The Camaro cut a 134 60 foot to my 154, and he was 389 to half track to my 409, so about 0.2 of a second at that point. But I pulled on him because at the finish line it was only 0.15, so I took a half a tenth away from where he was at half track, and that was even just on my 616 pass. So if I can get a better run with a good launch control, I think we can have a neck-and-neck race that could probably come down to the tree. I'm hoping we get a clean launch together, and I'm hoping that I can actually be in launch control and run a 6.0. If I were to go out there right now that it's all warmed up, I'm confident I'd run a 6.0 with traction, but I hate solo passes. You know, my approach to the channel is, if it's not something I'd like to rewatch, I can't imagine anybody else would want to watch it either. So, you know, give me a fire-breathing beast in the next lane. I don't want to go down next to an empty lane. Let's see what we can get. This Nitrous S10 took the $100 prize last time it was out here. And sure enough, they're giving away another $100 tonight for the fastest truck. It's a good chance this truck will take it. Not a ton of trucks out here tonight. Looks like we have the same number of trucks as we have 69 Camaros. Not sure what his problem was on his first pass. We're gonna wait until he makes a clean pass before we try to get lined up with it.
I looked up and I go, holy crap.
He hit the wheel.
Oh man, yeah, he did. Yeah, you can see the scrapes on the wheel.
It's Street Warz at Showtime Drag Strip, February 5th, 2022. There's also drifting out here tonight. So if you see large amounts of tire smoke, it's not all coming from the drag strip. Circle track over there A lot of cars drifting, a lot of smoke. A lot of cars out here already. Drag strip's not even open yet. Parking lot's almost full. Small chance of rain later, around midnight. This session runs from 8 p.m. till midnight, so hopefully we'll get through the session without any precipitation. Let's see if we can find some low 6-second cars to race. Is it Mia? I think I remember this one from Cars. All right, we're lining up with this Challenger on drag radials. We've been here an hour and this is the fastest car here so far. A lot of 7 and 8 second Mustangs. We're at peak performance ready, 94% battery state of charge. So those two Mustangs just ran 8 and 9 seconds there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this Challenger move just to practice reacting to the other car's move. And yes, we're in deep, but we don't have to worry about red lighting because we're going to let that car go first. There he goes. Pretty good within a quarter of a second. There he goes. Pretty good within a quarter of a second. Even just looking at the numbers on the board, I could see the difference was less than a quarter of a second. My goal is always to be under 0.3. Good little warm-up pass. Hey, Tom.
There he is. 612, 119.
That's a starting point.
Yeah.
Sorry it's so cold out here tonight, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's in the 50s out here. So we ran a 612 at 119.5. Our 0.342 reaction was about 0.23 seconds after his 0.112 reaction. He was reacting to the tree, I was reacting to his car. I had a 155 60 foot to his 167, and the Challenger ran a 747 at 93.7 miles an hour. A lot of street cars out here, but 7.4 seconds is the fastest I've seen anybody running so far. A ton of Mustangs, but they're all in the high 7s, mostly in the 8s, some in the 9s. Let's hope something faster shows up. Somehow I'm thinking it's this Miata ain't it. Look at that thing. Ton of Mustangs out here tonight. It must be some kind of a Mustang club or something. I'm surrounded by Mustangs. None of these Mustangs are running 6s though. Most of them are on street tires. But even worse than that is we got some precipitation coming down now after only a single pass. So they put the track on pause, and if it dries up they might reopen it, but a couple minutes ago it was looking good, but now it's coming down a little harder, and I don't think this is going to dry in the time we got left here. It's only about 9 o'clock, so we got another 3 hours, but if it was 80 degrees this would dry fast, but now when it's 50, no fun standing in the rain at 50-degree weather. Yeah, it's coming down harder and harder now. Might have to get those cameras off my car. It's in the 50s, and it's going to be a little bit slower. And we know that going in because we've been down the track 1,300 times in Teslas, and we know the patterns. We know how thermals affect the cars, this one and the previous one. If it's dead cold out, you're going to run slower. You can warm it up a little bit with drag strip mode, but in the next couple months it'll get warmer here in Florida and the car will get faster again, and frankly I'm not concerned about it, especially when we ran faster last week than we did 6 months ago. But I didn't come out to the drag strip tonight to prove to anyone that the car is as fast as it's ever been. I came out to the drag strip tonight to race some of these fast trailered cars, which is what we do this for. It's a lot of fun.